is up, YouTube? 5'8" dunker, vertical trainer, Andy Lloyd here from Skigh Athletics, coming to you today for episode 115 of the Skigh Vlog. Sorry, the last one I said 113, it was 114, so my bad. Real quick shout out, it's going to either be here or here. It's going to be my website, www.skighathletics.com, SKIGH athletics.com. 2 free months worth of vertical training, 100% free, no credit card, no nothing, no trying to get you to do anything else. 100% free, go download it. And then, what is the other one? Oh, my Instagram, Skigh Athletics, SKIGH Athletics. Go check that out for my highlight dunks, some things I've been working on, some of the clients that I've been working with. Again, 7 days, I will be in Worcester, Massachusetts. If you want a session, hit me up. And in a couple weeks, hopefully, I will be dropping a video of my last client. Should be pretty solid. So, I'm going to be talking to anybody out there today, whether you got your first dunk and you're trying to get a trick dunk on 10 feet, 9 feet, 8 feet, 8.5 feet. I'm going to be talking to you guys about why you are struggling, what you need to be doing to take that training to the next level and to take that progress to the next level. Guys, look at this. How disgusting is that? Jam my finger on a behind the back dunk, 9.5 foot rim. It's crazy. The knuckle went the opposite way and I had to pull it back, put it back into place. So, let's get right into it. Sorry, a little bit of a longer of an intro, got a lot to say. Anyway, if you're struggling to get your first dunk on 10 feet, what should you be doing? Guys, I look at this the same way that I look at lifting. If my max squat below parallel, 415 pounds. And again, just in case anybody wants to know, I weigh 180 pounds when I did it, and that's what I weigh right now. So, would I go into the gym and try to squat 475 pounds as my working sets 2 or 3 times a week if 415 was my max, 1 rep max, did it, got it, good. That was my max effort. No way I could do 420 pounds. Cut it right there. Even though I did attempt 435 and I almost got it. But I'm just saying, would I go into the gym and put 475 on the bar 2 times a week, 3 times a week, and try to squat it? Absolutely not. Why? 1, physically could not do it. 420 was my max. I failed at 435. Why would I have a working set 2 times a week, several times a month at 475? It just doesn't make sense. The second one, my form would struggle. I would be using a completely different way to squat it because subconsciously I know that I couldn't do it. So I would go into it, and it's not a thing of, oh, don't say you can't do it. I physically can't do it right now. So why would I load up more than my max as a working set? My form would struggle. I would either quarter squat it or I would strain my muscles or both if I got to that point and I tried to push off of a deficit when my max is nowhere near 475. So that's a big thing. And also because of just the strain it would put on your body physically, but also mentally. And it goes back to the form. So when you're jumping, and I'm going to relate it right back to jumping right now for you guys. So if your max dunk, you got to dunk at 9.5 feet, you slammed it pretty well, but you miss 75% of the time. Going to 10 feet, even if you can hit your hand on it, even if you can hang from the rim, and this is not attacking anybody personally, guys. I've seen dozens, if not hundreds of people go through this same plateau before that 10-foot dunk, or even before that 9.5-foot dunk, before that 9-foot dunk. My biggest suggestion would be to think about it for lifting. You wouldn't go on and load up more weight than your max and work on it 2 or 3 times a week. Now, I understand it's good to get in that practice and to max out your jumping effort and to see where you're at 10 feet. But also, you want to dial it back and say, okay, I got 9.5 feet. That's my max dunks. That's my max dunk height right now. Should I go back to 9 feet, 8.5 feet, and have days, 2 or 3 days a week where I'm just grinding on those? And again, you can work on those trick dunks because those are, they get you jumping a little bit higher. They, if there's no one around, it gets you a little bit more hyped up. But also, there's nothing wrong with having days. Obviously, you want to do plyometrics. Obviously, I promote lifting and training and all that other stuff. But just for this sake, jumping on 9 foot, if your max dunk is 9.5 feet, what's going to happen is you're going to build positive muscle memory Positive as in you're going to be dunking most of the time, so it's going to boost your mentality for dunking overall. You won't have to see it miss, 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 miss. So you're going to get positive reinforcement from dunking all the time, positive muscle memory, which is huge because when you try to jump higher than you can, if you're trying to dunk on 10 feet and you physically can't at this moment, or if you try to lift a weight that you just can't, you're going to be building bad habits. You're going to be building bad, poor jumping habits because your body's going to want to do things that it doesn't normally do. As in, when you go to jump, most of the time I see people, their hips not come up, but their hips stay higher. They don't drop as low to the ground. And when you're lower to the ground is when you create that ground force. I could get into that, and that's a whole different video, but all that I'm going to say is that your jumping technique will struggle if you try to dunk on 10 feet and your max dunk, it sounds so weird, but your max dunk is 9.5 feet, maybe 10% of the time you hit those dunks. So I would definitely suggest getting to a lower rim, and if you can't get to a lower rim, guys, do what I did. My first year of training, I did not touch a rim. I did not touch a 9-foot rim, 9.5-foot rim. I stayed in my house somewhere in here. I did plyometrics for an hour a day, hour and a half a day, and then I would lift for an hour, hour and a half a day. Now, I did plyometrics 4 times a week. Look how messed up my pinky is. I did plyometrics 3 to 4 times a week, and then I lifted 5 to 6 times a week. And I said, I'm just going to train. I'm not going to care how my body feels. I'm going to build positive muscle memory. I'm going to work on technique. There's no reason for me to max out. Who am I? I'm in my house right now. There's no one for me to show off to. Positive muscle memory. I'm going to train all the time. That's what got me my first dunk, so that when I first went to a basketball court, 9'10" rim, tossed myself an alley-oop, missed the first one. I don't even know what I never got that high before, so I kind of just was confused. Second one, missed again, wasn't really even close. Third one, I asked my friend, can you record this for me? I work better under pressure. And he had just shown up, and he was like, yeah, sure. Tossed it up, got my first dunk, two-hand, flushed it, I just, that's my way of looking at it. I saw the long-term goal, I broke it down, and I worked so that there was positive muscle memory, positive reinforcement for me all the time. If you're struggling for 10 feet and then you go 2 or 3 times a week and you've been at the same spot for 4, 5, 6 months, gotta dial it back, and you have to focus on technique. What are you doing wrong? What could you improve in your jumping technique? Go to 9 feet. Really focus on that. Get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reps in on 9 feet so that one day when you go back to 10 feet in a couple months, wow, this is easy. So that's my suggestion for anybody struggling. If you're 12 and you're struggling on an 8.5-foot rim and you keep tossing lobs and you miss, duck it down to 8 feet. If you can get 8 feet, build up, build up, build up. Positive muscle memory, positive reinforcement with seeing the ball go through the rim and through the net. Flush it. So that's my suggestion, guys. This really stinks because behind the back on 9.5 feet was crazy easy. So that kind of stinks. But it's just a jam finger. So a couple weeks, I will be back. I'll be getting in better shape. Still do right-handed dunks. And I'll be doing a couple height checks maybe this week. Hopefully this thing feels better and I can swing with it. But I will see you guys soon. I think Tuesday I might do some height checks, just some regular right-handed dunks. But I'll see you again. Hopefully this helps. Website for free workouts. Instagram for some highlights. Catch you guys soon.
Get up.